Hey, it's Cranky Craig with your Cranky Craig movie review from Craig's To-Do List at WWNYTV.com. I'm here to talk about Anora. Anora is a film by Sean Baker, and this film has slid into the Best Picture Oscar race as the front runner. It looks pretty good for a Sunday night. If you're watching the Oscars, I think this film's going to win. It won the Producers Guild Award recently and the Dramatists Guild Award. Listen, for over 2 decades, Sean Baker's been making great films, really independent, stories about the underdog, the disenfranchised, the poor, the lonely, the losers, sometimes they're criminals. He often uses non-actors to tell his story in his cast. He's not so interested in fame or stars or making a lot of money, and his world is very unconventional. They're unconventional stories. And I gotta say, I didn't know what to expect for this film. I've watched some of his other films, and I found them sort of inconsistent, but I loved Anora. Anora is an exotic dancer who happens to be a sex worker played by Mikey Madison. Anora, she calls herself Annie because she doesn't want to be reminded of her Russian roots, but she's part of the Russian population in Brooklyn, New York, near Coney Island. One night, a guy comes in, a rich Russian kid who's really spoiled, named Ivan, who's irresponsible, and she starts hanging out at his mansion. He pays to have her as a girlfriend for a week, and the next thing you know, they're flying off to Vegas for an impromptu, very spontaneous wedding. Ivan, another terrific actor, played by a talented Russian actor whose last name I can't pronounce. His first name is Mark. He's great too. All the performances are great in this film, and all of them feel unrehearsed and completely real and improvised. After the marriage, after the wedding, Nora moves into his mansion, and as you can imagine, this is not happily ever after, even though it has tropes of a fairy tale. It doesn't take long for his crazy rich billionaire Russian family to figure out what the heck is going on, and then they certainly want to end the marriage, so they swoop in with their posse and their henchmen, and he just sort of disappears. A lot of the performances are spoken in Russian. She speaks Russian, but not great. The setting is great. It all takes place in the Brooklyn, Coney Island area of Brooklyn, and the whole cast is amazing. Again, all authentic, all Russian or Russian adjacent. A standout in the standout in a cast is the actor Yora, who is nominated for an Academy Award as well for Best Supporting Actor. He's terrific. He's a thug with a heart. Very little dialogue, but a great actor. This film is like an adventure. It takes place over a short period of time, and it has some incredibly brilliant scenes that just feel improvised. You feel like you're putting characters in a room, and they're all trying to get what they want. Everyone's in conflict, and there's no real big flashy message with Anora. There's no over-the-top climax. Some people found the ending a little bit ambiguous. It certainly is bittersweet. The power of this film comes in the moments and the brilliant scenes where you just don't have any clue what's going to happen. It's a terrific film. It's a very entertaining film, much more than a lot of the other prestigious Oscar nominees. If you want to be entertained and if you love movies, I really recommend this film. This is a dark horse who's come out of nowhere, and I think it's going to pick up the Best Picture win on Sunday night. Great performance by Mikey Madison, who's barely known. She was on a sitcom called Better Things before this. I can't recommend this movie enough for anybody. I mean, it is definitely R-rated. You don't want to watch it with your mom or your grandma, but you certainly will enjoy the film. Check out more movie reviews and Craig's To-Do List at WWNYTV.com.